In the quiet shadows of suburbia, nestled between gluten-free banana muffins and Pinterest boards labeled healing, Jenna Miscavige once lived the life of a peaceful exile. Having left Scientology some 2 decades ago, she dedicated herself to the important work of floral arranging, mastering sourdough starters, and perfecting the art of finding the best facial moisturizer.
It's basically snail slime.
She was free. She published her book with the help of a ghostwriter and got it all out of her system. She was healed. She was, as far as anyone could tell, over it. But then, cue ominous music, she met Aaron Smith-Levin. That's right. The same man whose idea of emotional intimacy involves live streaming every thought that flutters across his ego. A man whose charm lies somewhere between an infomercial host and a particularly litigious homeowners neighborhood association president. Eternal head of the SPTV snake, found in Jenna not just a co-host, but a project. One he could mold, one he could feature. One who could give his live streams a sprinkle of nepotistic glitter. After 20 years of relative silence and comfort, during which time Jenna's greatest adversary was probably the occasional overwatered fern and low-key ennui of housewife boredom, she suddenly remembered she had a traumatized inner child. One so deeply buried that it took a man who would film himself getting arrested to finally coax it out with the gentle phrase, "Let's monetize this." Jenna went from garden-variety escapee to full-blown authenticity excavator. My uncle, David Miscavige? Oh no, I couldn't possibly comment, she said sweetly while sharpening her knives for Tom DeVocht, Claire Headley, and anyone who dared take a swing at actual accountability for her cult leader uncle. In true Manchurian fashion, the activation code was apparently, "Go live," in 3, 2, 1. And just like that, she turned. From former Sea Org escapee turned crafter to crusading cupcake conspiracist, Jenna now spends her days appearing on SPTV to weep delicately over how others have failed her. She doesn't just avoid blaming her uncle. She constructs an entire motivational speaking circuit around how he isn't the real problem. No, the real villains are Tom, who raised her, Claire, who escaped like her but with more conviction, and anyone who believes that healing might include naming your actual abuser. In this live-action psychological thriller sponsored by Raycon earbuds and trauma hashtags, Jenna has become the ideal disinformation vector, a victim who demands sympathy while protecting power. She's Scientology's gift that keeps on giving the perpetual innocent, whose tears are strategically timed between affiliate links and confessing other people's sins. And the real kicker? While Uncle Dave hides in unimaginable luxury and avoids subpoenas like their body thetans, his niece does the heavy lifting of undermining actual efforts to hold him accountable, all while smiling through lavender-scented trauma and chamomile-laced deflection. Yes, the Manchurian candidate has gone domestic. So, if you see Jenna Miscavige on your screen next, dabbing at her darting eyes while deflecting questions and saying she just wants to hold people accountable, remember, somewhere deep in her Pinterest folder, beneath the pottery tutorials and rose petal potpourri, lies the programming. And it smells faintly of Scientology. Paid for by Citizens for the Obvious, who believe trauma should be acknowledged, not merchandised for super chats.
So it's the bare minimum, almost.
Yeah.